And we're live. I always wanted to say that. Can you tell I was watching Carrie Arnold recently? But anyway,
Hey,
yeah, man. Yep.
good.
But it's good to see everybody. Great Tuesday night to everyone. Evening, whatever. Depends on where you live, I guess. Well, for some, it's late afternoon, early evening for those people on the West Coast. But anyway, but we got a great guest tonight. Jeffrey's here. Don't worry, everybody's in a panic. Where's Jeffrey? Where's Jeffrey?
I'm
There
back,
he
guys.
is.
Hey, Jeff Bob, the Jeffster, the Jeffinator.
Always
Don't
working
gimp
on
like
busted farm equipment and trying to control the varmint population. That's
yes.
all I've been doing for the last
Okay.
couple of days.
This is not a hunting show. I know what you mean about the varmints, but anyway. Anyway, we got a how's we'll just say how's Bucky?
Bucky's good. Bucky's got a new headset, trying something a little
Yeah, sounds
different.
good.
I got the idea from the Chadster, so trying some new electronics. Had a
Monkey
good
see,
time this
monkey do.
weekend.
And Jeffrey, we already heard how his day's been. He's been pretty busy.
My father needs to learn how to stop doing stuff that he doesn't have any business doing.
It just doubles your work. That's all because you got to go back and fix it. But anyway, yeah. Shoot, I'm drawing blank. Oh, Chad will not be with us tonight. Chad is taking care of some family stuff. Everything
Prayers to
as
Chad
far
and
as
his
so
family.
good is going good, and I'll leave that up
His
to them
father-in-law.
if and whenever they want to talk about the father-in-law. But everything so far so good. So everybody in chat, we appreciate you here. I was going to click over there, and I almost clicked off the intro whenever I went over to start talking to everybody. So I just left it be. Good evening, everybody in chat. Big love to everybody.
Hello, everybody. Oh, Jerry, I found something out this weekend.
Uh-oh.
I actually had people not only today, but this weekend. I was talking to them about the podcast, and they said, "Yeah, I've seen it before. I've watched it." And they said they don't get on the chat or anything, but they just sit and watch it.
Yes, a lot of people don't, and I'm guilty of that. Up until probably a year and a half ago, Jeff.
Me too.
I never got into chats because I watched it in the living room on a big screen TV, so that was my focus was what the guests were talking about, et cetera, et cetera. And then we started this, and then I started getting into the chat stuff. So now I pay more attention to chat than I do.
That was about when I
show.
started getting into the chat room was Woodwalkers.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, because you started talking. You started just a little bit before me. Yeah, but,
you missed out on the chat. You missed out on some good stories.
That's very true. Very true. But anyway, tonight's guest, we all know him from chats, the chat rooms. Skidderoperator1, real name Renee. But he will not be on camera tonight, and we respect that. That's fine. He doesn't like being in front of a camera, and it's one thing we are okay with here. If you're not comfortable on camera, you don't have to be on camera. It's all great. So, but again, northwestern United States, as the title says of the show. So we're interested in hear some of his stuff that he, again, nothing is confirmable. We understand that. We don't expect anybody to come right out and say, "This is what I saw. Take it or leave it." That's not about that.
Oh yeah, pity the fool.
I can guarantee
Way to be
you.
telling the truth.
Yeah, I can guarantee you some of the areas that he has worked in. I am more than sure he has seen his share of interesting things out there. But real quick though, before we get to him, Bucky, you had a pretty interesting weekend. I was getting excited some of the photos you were sending me.
Yeah, we
some plaster cast tracks, and tell us a little bit about that real quick. Before we
I
get
got
to
spend the weekend with Ron House, aka Biker Bigfoot, and Jason Howes from Searching for Sasquatch. He does the documentaries throughout the country in Canada and North America. And we did the paranormal event for the Braxton County Monster there in Flatwoods, and we got to do a little squatching. And went to a farm in Summersville to, matter of fact, a friend's farm that a gentleman that I used to run around with, Perry Queener and his wife Sherry Brake. Sherry, they're both paranormal investigators, and we was checking out some activity there, found some footprints on their property, and they were telling me stories and telling us stories about things that has happened to them and on their property. They've got a little family of them hanging out there. And then on our way back to camp, we stopped to look over an area where there was multiple sightings. And this was like 11 o'clock at night on Thursday night. And we had a deputy sheriff stop by. When he just pulled up and said, "Everything okay?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Guess what we're doing?" He said, "What?" I said, "Squatching." "Well, let me tell you about this story and this story and this story and this story. And it all happened in this area." So we got some more notifications for that area. And as soon as he left, I had never heard the chimpanzee howl or activity like a chimpanzee. We were walking back to the truck, and all of a sudden, what sounded like an owl that didn't end up like an owl, and it sounded like three chimpanzees about 45 feet from us, straight across the little knolls where we were standing. And what it was Jason was down in the bottom, and he had eye shine, and all of a sudden something took off running, and he said it was about 10 or 12 feet from him, and he couldn't. All he had was his a little light in his camera, and he couldn't get anything on, in focus or anything. And all of a sudden he heard some crashing, and then he come up on the hill after that, and then right after that's whenever we heard the chimpanzee noises. And then on Friday night, there's a haunted train tunnel, and a train trestle up above where we were camping. And what sounded like coyotes, after making some noises up and down the holler through the riverbanks, it sounded like coyotes, but we weren't really sure what it was. And then never did pick anything up on thermal, but on the parabolic mic, you could hear something going through the leaves and the brush and walking through the woods, probably about 75 feet from us. And like it was walking up toward the tracks, and it just quit and like it disappeared. That was pretty an eventful evening.
Yeah, that was close. That's pretty close range too.
Yeah, and then I will be honest with you, the footprint I found, my mentor, my man, my friend Les told me, he said, "Bucky," he said, "I hate to tell you this," he said, "but that's a rain runoff." I said, "What do you mean?" I said, he explained it all to me, and now I understand what a rain runoff is. I had cast a rain runoff. I was all excited. I had found a footprint, and Ron went and got Jason, and we was filming it and talking about it, and we cast it and pulled it up, and it actually looks like a heel and an arch and a pad, but there's no toes. And Les told me, he said, "See this part right here? This is where the water has come down in." And he said there was probably this right below it. And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Was there this right below that?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "It was a rain runoff."
That's like when you see all those people with the double step bear tracks.
Yeah.
Just saw one.
Did you?
On Facebook yesterday, yeah.
He said, both him and Ron said, "Don't be disheartened." Said that's just another way of training and learning what we do. And he said, keep the cast and use it if you go to any speaking or anywhere to show people, say, "Hey, this is, what a not cast looks like."
Are you put it up there like on display at a stand, or
Yeah.
It's a prime example.
Check this out and get other people's ideas. What do you think about this, to see if they pick up on it?
Exactly.
Then you can say, "Busted."
I've seen people post videos of, "Oh, look at this Sasquatch running across the field." You watch the video, it's a horse running at an angle.
Yeah.
We
had
somehow all these people are like, "Oh no, that's a Bigfoot," and I'm like, have you ever been around a horse?
Somebody pointing a gun at you, Jeff?
Well, it's like people when they're deer hunting and they shoot a cow or a donkey. I mean, come on.
Yeah. I got one of them that lives about 5 miles from it. So.
Really?
Yeah. His name's Jeff.
But yeah, we had a
Just by
really
the
good
book.
weekend. Got to camp a little bit. Got to meet some new friends. Got to
That's cool.
meet some old friends. And
Whereabouts in West Virginia? You don't have to give exact.
it was around the Braxton County area.
Braxton County.
And I got to finally meet Miss Linda Sigmund. She come by for the event and come by for the weekend. She is known for the Mothman adventures over in Point Pleasant. She actually had an encounter with a Mothman when she was 14. She was picked up by a Mothman, and
wow.
And I don't mean, hey, you want to go out?
No, right. Like, I'm going to carry you away.
It literally did. It picked her up and carried her about 10 or 12 feet, dropped her, and I'll let her. Maybe sometime we can get her on and she can tell her story.
Yeah, I'd love to hear about that.
But
I'd like to hear more about them. You know, it's not just the Bigfoot. I mean, Bigfoot obviously is the main subject here. Dogman.
I've always
love
kind
to
of
hear
had
about the
interest in the Mothman.
You gotta try to get us hooked up with her.
I'll text her and ask her and see.
Don Donaldson, thank you. I'm just getting ready because I don't want to take any more time away from Renee. She got this. My wife got this for me. Bigfoot shirt.
That is a cool shirt.
It's awesome. The only hint I'll give you is Temu. That's it. So
I'm waiting to see one with a "Make America Great" hat on.
I've got one out in the. Oh, you mean the Bigfoot? AI will take care of that. But that's.
I want to see one.
Got that hat out there.
I want to see one wearing bacon underwear.
We have,
Might have to pull the hair on.
What you eating, Jeff?
Amish potato salad.
Ah, okay.
Now Hillary's got something here real quick. Again, I want to hurry up and get to Renee here. Danny, did you ever hear about the researcher who allegedly got snatched up by a booger several years ago near Summersville?
I think I know who that is, Hillary. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I was talking to a gentleman who gave me some information about some stuff in that area. So text me and I'll give you some information.
Be very careful with that.
Yes.
Very careful with when you tell Hillary to text you.
You give Hillary.
Yeah, God knows what it's going to look like.
She is queen of AI, man. But anyway,
I'll have to send you my feral moose picture she sent me.
Your what?
Apparently I got abducted by a feral moose or something.
It's comical. Okay. I do want to go ahead and get on over here to our Skidderoperator1, as you'll see in all the chats throughout all the cool shows we do here and others. And i.e. Renee, again, won't be on camera. That's okay. It's all about what he wants to tell us. And Renee, first and foremost, give us a little idea about where you're located. And obviously, with I know you're retired, your former occupation, no doubt in my mind, you've got something to tell us. So I'm just going to tell you to go right on ahead. The floor is yours, and tell us a little bit about yourself and how this crazy subject got a hold of you.
All right. Well, I live here in Northeast Washington. I'm just about 10 minutes out of Idaho and an hour from Canada. And been here about 30 years, moved up here from Northern California where this all started. And that's been a kind of a weird deal because for a lot of years, I never put two and two together. I didn't know what was going on. And until I started hearing other people talk about what they'd seen and heard and stuff, it didn't make any sense to me. But I think I can only tell you what my impression was at the time when this stuff went down,
Sure.
And I'm in a state of flux as far as understanding any of this stuff because, the older you get and the more you hear, the more you understand, but more stuff comes back to me as time goes by. And the farthest back I can go is like 1969.
Did we lose him?
Uh-oh.
I know he started cutting out a little bit there.
That
We might
damn West Coast audio.
You know, there's something about Oregon, as I like to call it, Oregon and Washington State.
Oregon.
Every time we start to get into a good story, the service cuts out. Poor David Blaylock. He tried, what did we do, 3 times, 3 different shows before we finally heard his whole story. His internet would just, he'd get hot heavy into the, and boom, his internet would quit. He quit like 2 or 3 times, I think. But yeah, he'll be back. That's okay. He'll be back. Doggone it. But he's in normally, you know, you hear about over, I guess, towards the coast. But this, I guess, northeast stuff is pretty happening too, all through there. It's all mountainous region, heavy woodlands. Obviously, he was a logger. This is his trade. So I'm interested to hear some of the stuff that he's, witnessed or had happen. So,
well,
just hang tight. We'll try to get him back on here.
Yoder.
How's Yoder? Sandra, Hillary.
I gotta start working on our 100th episode this week.
It's coming soon.
Where are we at right now, Jerry?
This is number 96 right here.
Oh Lord.
That's okay. You don't have to rush it.
I just talked to Linda, and she said she'd love to be on the show sometime.
Awesome. Okay. Why don't you go ahead and schedule her for next week?
Well, she said later on.
Later on. Okay. Well, you figure out a good time frame for her, and we'll figure it out.
I got a lot of people that weren't available this month. Trying to get people lined up.
Yeah.
June's always a weird month.
He's back. We'll try this again.
Did you hear any of that?
No, you cut out right in the very beginning.
Oh man!
You said the last thing we heard was you can go back as far as 1969, and then it cut out.
Oh boy! Well, I'll start over. Well, I had this buddy lived across the road, and in his backyard there was a creek ran about a half mile down to the river, and there was a rickety old bridge we used to fish off. Well, on the other side of the river there was a spring. I know it was a big spring, and it was like you could drive a log truck down in that tunnel that spring water was coming out of. I mean, the biggest spring I've ever seen. Cool. But by this spring, there was an old road that went between the spring and this big old 2-story house. And this house is like from the 1800s. And it's caving in. Well, inside that, me and my buddy, we were afraid to go around that thing because we got the heebie-jeebies. We figured it's haunted, Well, one day we went in there and looked, and there was a great big old nest in the corner. A bunch of brush and pine needles and whatnot. And we're like, ooh, there's a bear living in here. It stunk. Man, it stunk. We got out of there and we never looked in there again. But I don't think it was a bear.
Smart move, yeah. I agree with you.
I
don't think it was a bear.
I don't think bears build nests in houses.
It was a big nest, too. And boy, did it stink. Well, I think that was the beginning of it, as far as I can tell at this point in time. I haven't recalled anything any further back that made sense, that would connect yet, but who knows? Well, the next year, we had a big winter and a lot of spring rain, and all the dry creeks and everything were running high, and I was spearing trash fish like crazy and throwing them up on the bank, and every night those fish got gathered up. There was never any scales or blood or bits of fin or anything laying in the grass. They were all just picked up and carried away. No trace left.
Were they carp?
And there were suckers and squawfish.
Yeah. All those junk fish.
They eat the trout. The trout are spawning right then, and those trash fish are gobbling up all the trout eggs.
Mm-hmm.
So I was murdering all of them I could. Well, I think the hairy people were picking them up at night because you could never find where a coyote or anything had eaten one.
Uh-huh.
No blood, no guts, no scales, nothing.
How big were the fish?
Oh, geez. Probably average.
Average.
20 inches.
Ooh. That's good.
They're
That's,
pretty,
That's a, yeah.
yeah, they're all coming up out of the river. They're pretty good sized fish. A lot of them in the river, but I caught one day, snagged it, was about 40 inches.
Ooh.
Big old squawfish, it's a monster. But anyway, there were some places on the creek that was tall, dark timber. It was really creepy. When I'd be fishing, I'd like scoot on by them. And I think them things have been watching me since back in '69.
Without a
They've
doubt.
had all kinds of different stuff go on. But, you know, a lot of stuff you just blow it off and you never remember it. You know, if it's nothing major. But it was like 1990 before anything really noticeable came along. I was logging in a patch of real tall pines, and the whole crew was going home at night except for me. I was staying on the job, and one night there was a haul road went right by where my camp was, and on the other side of the haul road was a ravine, and this was all on the side of a hill. Well, in the middle of the night, something came down that ravine screaming like a woman being cut in half with a blowtorch. I mean, it was god-awful screaming. And another one was coming up the ravine at the same time. And they met at my camp like they timed it. They both got there at the same time. And they stopped screaming and they started breaking trees. And I'm like, what the hell? It woke me up and it pissed me off, you know, like stinking animals. I opened the door and told them, shut the hell up. And they did. Dead silent.
Yeah, I bet.
And they went away. I never really gave it a second thought. I figured just some kind of wild animals, you know.
Because you were unaware, I guess, at the time of a Bigfoot at that particular time.
Oh, no idea. I had no idea. I'd just laugh at people that said Bigfoot.
Yeah.
We had a guy in the next valley, Ivan Marks. He's a real famous Bigfoot researcher. He's been all over this country up here in Washington. And everybody I knew laughed at him, said he was a liar, you know. But 1990, there was those screamers came into my camp and I run them off. And then about, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks later, one came right up to the window of my camper and screamed like that. I just about had a heart attack.
at your camp,
I mean, it was
that would
right against the glass.
that would scare
I still didn't have no idea what was going on. Well, I stayed there all summer, and I think it was a month or two later, I went to church at night, and I was coming back to camp, I don't know, 10 o'clock at night, driving along, and on my right was this high embankment that was bare, no brush on it at all, but it's steep, like 45-degree angle. Well, something came off of that bank, and it was like a blur. It was coming so fast, I just saw it in my peripheral vision, and I started changing lanes because I knew whatever it was coming so fast it was going to get me. Well, that thing hit my front right fender and caved it in so it was rubbing on the tire. It bashed the door in, bent the door frame back, and crapped all down the side of my car. Spun me around 180 degrees, stopped me dead, and it just kept running.
Wow. And everybody was leaning to a bear.
All I saw was a blur, kind of a brown hair coming at me on 4 legs. And I didn't see a head. I didn't see a tail. I figure it must have been a Sasquatch, kind of had his head ducked, you know, getting ready for the collision. Well, I think his front fender, his front left shoulder got my fender and caved it in. And he just run off, and that was it.
Did you get any hair on it, on your car?
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't. I just figured it had to be a bear. Well, I was doing 55, and this thing caught up to me. It was coming off the hill at a 45-degree angle down that 45-degree slope, and it was like a blur. I think it was beaten. It was faster than I was. If I hadn't seen it in my peripheral vision, it might have just ran past the front of my car and I wouldn't have hit it. But I changed lanes, and I think that's the reason I hit it. Or it hit me. I didn't hit it. It didn't hurt the front of the car at all. But the car was totaled.
Oh, wow.
I guarantee that doesn't happen to too many people.
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting. And this near, I guess, basically the same area then.
Well, that was
a lot of logging then.
Yeah, well, that was in Northern California down there at near Mount Lassen. And Mount Lassen is the far north end of the Sierra Nevada mountains.
Mm-hmm.
After that, you run into Mount Shasta, and that's the south end of the Cascade Mountains. And I lived right in between the two of them.
Man, I would imagine that's an area you would see them quite often. I mean, if you were trying to go find them or something.
How big do you think it was? I mean,
Well, the thing is, man, that thing had to weigh over 1,000 pounds, I'd say.
Oh, wow.
To hit that car like it was nothing.
What kind of car was it?
Either that or the things are a lot heavier. It was a Volkswagen. But it was like a cracker box being thrown against an oak tree, you know?
Right.
That thing was solid.
That's interesting.
Well, after that,
have you seen anything like that farther away, running across the road in front of you, or near a road, or anything like that, or chasing deer, or anything?
No. I've worked in the woods since '76, and I've only had one time where I think I saw one on the job, and that was up by the Canadian border. I was the last guy out of the woods at night. I was fueling up, and I got this feeling like I was being stared down by somebody that was really mad, you know, or a cougar was going to jump on me any second or something. Like I was getting the evil eye. And it was there was a clear cut above the road that we were hauling out of, and this thing was standing at the top of the clear cut, 400 or 500 feet up the hill. Big black tall thing, but it never moved. But I was getting this radar off of it that's exactly where that evil eye was coming from. And that fuel tank couldn't get full fast enough. I got fueled up and got out of there. Never saw anything again at work.
How big do you think it was?
Oh man, that's hard to say. It had to be at least 10 foot tall, I'd say.
Oh wow.
I hear a lot of stories that they're pretty tall out there in that northwest.
It never moved. The thing is, I've never seen the face of one in person. Every time I see one, it's either moving too fast, it's too far away, or it's got its back to me. Except for the time they came and visited my dream. I had a couple summers ago, I was dreaming about something, I don't know what, and these two Bigfoots interrupted my dream and walked right through my dream. And I was sitting in my chair looking out the window when these Bigfoots walked by in my dream. And it was like a, 9 or 10 foot big black guy. I mean, he was pitch black. And he was just walking by real slow, ignoring me. And there was this other one about 2 steps behind him that was 6 or 7 foot tall. And it was kind of cocoa brown, light brown, not very long hair. And I got the impression it was either his kid or his woman. And that one was just cracking up, just walking along laughing its ass off.
Yeah, this brings a whole multitude of questions now. How soon, I mean, when you say this dream occurred, I mean, is this something recently after you may have seen, you thought you might have seen one, or sometime afterwards? Or
No, it's been a handful of years since I've had anything go on here. Once I put up a bunch of motion lights and got dogs, things got real quiet.
I got you now. Okay, yeah, because as soon as you say that, the word attachment, because we all have heard stories of how I guess cryptids or whatever can attach themselves, to your person, so to speak, and follow you
Oh
home,
yeah, I think
home with
that.
you.
I think that happened back in '69.
Okay.
I think cameras and dogs definitely keep them,
Yes.
make them keep a distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got motion lights on every direction. One night I heard this noise. It woke me up. I'm a real light sleeper. Stuff wakes me up pretty easy. Well, I heard this weird noise, and I thought my cat was trying to pry the door open, and because he does that now and then. And, well, I got up to let him in, turned the porch light on, opened the door, and this great big old black thing has got my trash can tipped over on the ground, and it's got its back to me. Well, it's a brand new trash can, plastic, and it's full, and I tied it shut with a twine across the top. Well, this thing had the twine untied and was going through my trash.
It had it untied or pulled apart?
Yeah, it was untied. The knot was untied.
Wow.
And there was not a scratch or a tooth mark on that plastic trash can at all. Brand new. It was brand new.
And it was going through your trash?
Yeah. It had it tipped over on its side, and it was digging through it. Well, I think I caught it right when it opened the trash can because there wasn't very much of a mess.
Uh-huh.
But that's not the weird part. The weird part is what it looked like, because it was just a big round ball of hair, but the hair was like fake looking. It didn't look like real hair. It looked like a wig or something. You know what monofilament fishing line looks like and how it kind of reflects light? Well, this was like black monofilament fishing line hair.
Wow.
See-through kind of. That was the strangest thing. That hair was so weird. It would look fake.
How long were the hairs?
About 6 inches, I think.
About 6 inches. All over?
All over. And it was just clean as it was brand new out of the box fake wig.
Oh, wow.
Very synthetic looking.
Now, did you find any footprints or anything like the next day?
No. This ground is just hard packed, decomposed granite.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that ground's very hard.
This thing, when it heard me open the door, I turned the light on. It jumped like a bullfrog. And it was gone. I didn't even see it hit the ground. It jumped so far out there, it had to have been at least 30 feet it jumped. And I never saw arms or legs. It never turned and looked at me. It just shot off into the darkness and it was gone. And then I heard it hit the ground a couple times, and it went down a high embankment and landed on a big pile of roofing tin. And that was it. It was gone. But I could tell that it was.
Did it crush the roofing tin?
No.
Really?
No, it's a pretty thick stack, about 6 inches high.
Was there any dents or anything in it?
I couldn't tell you because it was all used to begin with.
Oh, so it was already beat up.
Yeah. Well, I could tell how long it took him to get over there, and when he hit it, it was loud.
Boondock says the hair was tubed. I can't remember how he stated it, but it was like a tubed where I guess it's like hollow.
Right.
And I guess there's hair.
Supposedly they can handle, high temperatures and cold temperatures, and hollow hair as an insulator.
Right.
What time of year was that? Your trash can incident?
Oh, fall, I think.
Fall.
Late summer, early fall.
And what about when your car got hit?
That was about the same. Late summer, I think. Yeah. I had something came by here one night and slapped my cabin so hard, I expected to have to repair the roof the next day because it sounded like a 100-foot tree fell on the house. It just boom. I mean, it woke me up. It was loud. The roof was completely broken. I figured I was going to have to build some roof the next day, but there wasn't a scratch on it. Nothing. I kind of wonder, because of all the stuff that's going on and things I've heard from other people, maybe some of this stuff we're hearing is just in our head. Maybe it's not anything but something they put into your mind, because there's no evidence. Or you hear two people standing together, one of them smells the stink, the other one doesn't. One of them hears a scream, the other one doesn't. Weird stuff like that where only one person gets it. Yeah. So I kind of wonder if it's all in reality or some of it's just put in our head. Well, another night, I got a motorhome parked about 6 feet from my house here. Something ran between that motorhome and my house that it woke me up before it got here. Its stomping was so loud. And it was like jogging. It wasn't running, it was like jogging. Thump, 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 thump.
How loud was it? I mean, it was just like...
it woke me up. I mean, it was like you couldn't make that much noise hitting the ground with a 10-pound sledgehammer. It was loud.
Wow.
Thump, that was loud. That thing was 20 foot tall. But I have a suspicion that they are heavier than they look. And I think that
pretty tall. Yeah.
I think they're denser muscle than any human too. I think they're way more solid and way more heavy than they look.
Well, eating what they eat and we eat what we eat. I mean, we eat junk and chemicals. And
toxins.
They eat a lot healthier stuff. So I guess that's why they're the way they are.
And there ain't no telling, but I think someday it's going to all come out.
It'd be interesting, but it's going to be pure hell for...
They can't hide it forever.
Environment. No.
Well, I've got a friend down in Arizona that's... he's been talking to some people to get a lot of mind speak from them, and they've got the message from the Bigfoot people that they are going to reveal themselves. And something really scary is coming to the world before too long, and we're all going to deal with it together.
Yep.
I don't know. Not just, hearsay.
Now, when you said it slapped the cabin, what kind of siding's on the cabin? Is it a wood cabin? Is it vinyl? Is it what is it?
Yeah, it's wood. It's wood.
Okay. And no damage at all?
Nothing. Boy, it was loud. Like if a car ran into it, it wouldn't be any louder. I mean, it was a heck of a boom. I knew a big tree. There's no trees tall enough to reach it. It'll be that big, There'd just be the tip of it would hit it. Because I cut everything back that's going to be dangerous. But it was loud.
Being a logger, obviously you're familiar with just about anything tree structures or natural tree fall, et cetera, et cetera. Has anything struck your mind since you started getting a hint of these things?
Oh, yeah.
Has anything, have you seen something that you would place outside natural cause?
Definitely. Oh, yeah. Well, I've seen rocks that are stacked up, out there in the middle of nowhere. There's this mountain I can see out my window over in Idaho. It's called Hoodoo Mountain. And it's had a lot of people had experiences over there. Well, I've had a couple different jobs on that mountain where stuff's happened. And one of them, the boss had 10 acres he wanted to log up there. And there was some nice tall wood on part of it. But part of it was real steep and had a lot of smaller trees. But that steep slope had so many trees bowed over to the ground and locked where they couldn't go back up. I think I spent a day cutting them stinking bowed trees out of the way so that I could put trees in the trail. Up and down and up and down and up and down. There must have been 70 or 80 of them stinking bowed trees crossing the trail right there.
And Mother Nature didn't do that, I'm sure.
Well, the thing is when me and the boss went up there, there's a cabin on that property. And he's there, he said, well, this place, the guy that used to own it, he used to have to haul everything up and down the mountain in a wheelbarrow. He didn't even have a road. And he died, and his kinfolk sold it to the boss. Well, me and the boss went up there and looked in that cabin one day, and it was pretty much, just junk. But it was all there and all in one piece. But it stunk so bad in there. Woo, and the boss said, there's a bear lives in here. Well, I think it was the one making all them bowed trees that was living in there.
Obviously blocking anybody's right of way to get through there, obviously.
Well, I think it was the trail the old guy came up and down, and we used it for a skid trail.
Okay. Was any of them broke, like this completely 90-degree break?
Well, back in them days, I would have never noticed that. That was just normal because snow breaks trees a lot. But that's the only job. I've been working in the woods since '76, and that's the only job I've seen tree bows like that where they're bent down and they don't go back up. Because they'll go down in the snow like that and go back up when the snow goes off. But none of these went back up. They're all stuck. And there was a gob of them. I've never seen the like of it anywhere.
How about any of them uprooted and reinserted upside down?
No, I've never seen that. I've never heard a wood knock. I've never heard a whoop. Yet.
In the woods at night, no orbs, nothing like that?
Well, I have seen an orb. When I lived across the river here 20 years ago, I walked outside at, I don't know, before work, early in the morning, like 3 in the morning or something. I went outside and I seen this orange orb up in the sky. And there was another orange orb inside of it. And inside of that orb, it looked like electric light filament burning, or electric something.
2 different colors of orange?
Nope. It looked. You remember them old glass plates that were clear glass and they were orange?
Yeah.
It looked like 2 of them, a big one and a little one, like a plate and a saucer, up in the sky, and it was just sitting there. And I looked up at it and I said, "What are you looking at?" And that thing shot up into space faster than a meteor. It was just a blip and it was gone.
That's crazy. Wow.
What
that
about
orb,
like
I would say, might be something a little more involved.
I don't know. I've heard of people saying that they've seen Sasquatch faces inside of orbs.
Yes.
But who knows? I don't know. I haven't seen that yet, but I'm not going to call anybody a liar just because I didn't see it.
You said most of that was back in the 60s and 70s?
No. They the deal with the stinky old bear nest in that cabin by the spring, that was in the 60s.
Uh-huh.
And then all the fish disappearing off the bank, that was like 1970. And then nothing until about 1990, where I had the screamers come into camp.
Uh-huh.
And another thing dawned on me about that, was that screaming thing. I was camping right beside this massive oak tree that had broken off. It was a big hollow stub. And I kind of wonder if they didn't put their kids inside that thing at night when they went hunting. Like a nursery, thing, like bassinet or whatever. Put the little kid in there where he can't get out and he's safe. And they're pissed because I was camping right beside it.
Very possible. Did you smell or hear anything when you was by
No. The only time I ever smelled anything nasty was 6-7 years ago. I was logging this piece down between here and Spokane, and this property, we had it just about clear cut, and there was this last bit of wood up on this high piece of ground in the corner of the fence, and there was thick timber across the fence, real dark, nice bunch of timber. And I backed up in there to get that last drag, and all of a sudden my skidder stunk of ammonia. And it's a closed cab with a heater going, there's nothing in that skidder that's got ammonia in it. Nothing.
Uh-huh.
But I grabbed that drag and I took off out of there as quick as I could. And the minute I was gone, the stink went away.
Okay.
But that's the only stink I can recall.
Any
Had one
track
job.
plays? Have you? Oops. I'm sorry.
Nah,
Go
I've
ahead.
never seen a track except for down in Oregon.
Okay.
What was it?
About how big was it?
Oh, 17 inches maybe.
Oh wow, that's a big one.
Well, it was climbing a steep embankment, and its toes was dig. I could send you a picture if I had your phone number. I think I gave it to Jeff, but it went up a steep embankment. I was just following this machine up the road, and
Bigger.
yeah, it was a piece of land that belonged to the city of Corvallis, way up on a mountain peak. And it was gated property. Nobody was allowed in there because it was the watershed for the city. And they didn't want any activity up there at all. Well, they'd had a fire up in there. And we were rehabilitating the road because they went up there with their fire rigs and they took a big, like a D8, and pushed the road back, all the brush out of the road. And they pushed a lot of the gravel out of the road and filled the ditches up. And we had to go back and clean that all up. And there was timber in there you wouldn't believe. There was stuff in there 6 foot in diameter and 200-300 foot tall. Just like never been logged. But that was kind of a creepy place because the brush was like 12 foot tall. You couldn't see off the road hardly at all. It was a perfect place for them. Nobody was allowed up in there. There's probably tons of game and lots of water.
What about like berries and stuff like that? Fruit?
Oh yeah, that was on the west side of the Cascade Mountains on the, not too far from the Oregon coast, where it gets a lot of rain, and there's so many different kinds of berries in that country you wouldn't believe it.
What about other critters? You said, was there fish and like squirrels and stuff like that?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know. That's way up on a mountain peak, so if there's any fish, it'd be way down in the bottom.
Okay.
Because there was creeks around, I told you about that stinky cabin with the all the bowed trees up on Hoodoo Mountain.
Yeah.
Well, we did a different job on state land on Hoodoo Mountain. After that, I don't know, it was 10 years later probably. Well, the state had hired somebody to open up an old logging road for from back in the 60s, and they wanted to relog that property, and nobody had been in there, been gated off forever. And we went in there and we had a yarder. It's a big crane that pulls the trees up the mountain.
Yeah.
Well, I was unhooking the trees at the top of the hill. The weird thing about it was we started an hour before daylight, and the boss wouldn't allow any lights on the equipment.
So
we had to work in the dark.
Oh,
we had to work in the dark. Isn't that stupid?
Yeah, that's not safe. That's not safe.
It's not safe in the daytime.
Yeah.
Well, I never have asked him why in the heck he made us do that. But I kind of have a feeling before I went to work there, they were getting stuff thrown at the machines when they had the lights on. Because the timber faller, when it was dark, he couldn't fall timber. But he would help the guy that was setting chokers down there, set the chokers on the trees. And they were down there, and they both saw these guys sneaking around behind trees watching them. And the choker setter said, those are Bigfoot. And the timber faller said, no, those are some other loggers probably just spying on us. Yeah, guys walking around in the dark with no flashlights, hiding behind trees. Who's going to want to watch you do that?
Right.
People have better things to do. Oh, it's just some other loggers spying on us. Jeez. Well, that choker setter, he's only there a few more days and he quit.
Okay.
But he sent me a picture from down in there that there was this great big cottonwood. I think it had 2 or 3 trees growing out of one stump. And it had been dug out underneath it. It was a hollow underneath it where it was dug all out. And there was sticks poked in the ground in front of that like jail bars. So maybe they were putting their young ones in there Well, they went hunting at night.
See.
How
You know,
close
'cause
together were the sticks?
Oh, inches, just inches, probably not the width of your hand. Just,
Uh-huh.
there was a bunch of them. Well,
Just made like
Probably-
a cage?
yeah, but it was like it was a crawl space dug underneath there where you could crawl underneath that tree stump.
Uh-huh.
It's a live tree, big one.
Oh, wow.
And then them sticks were poked in the ground, just like a little jail cell. Well, that was weird. That doesn't happen on its
Yeah.
own.
Yeah, that don't.
Yeah. What overall, obviously you met and talked with, a lot of loggers back then. What was the general consensus with them? Is it something they would admit to or didn't really talk about, or?
Just about everybody says there ain't no such a thing. And, nobody wants to be called a fool.
Right.
So a lot of people that even seen him would say, I don't believe in it, because they don't want to be called a fool. And then most people probably never noticed anything, but there's a couple guys who've seen them. I've had,
They just don't talk about it.
the thing is if they exist, well, that's going to curtail the logging. People are going to lose their jobs.
Yes. Understood.
And people are told, you keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, that's been brought up quite frequently. And
But we've got
not just here in chats, but on shows and over several years. That's one of the main reasons I think the government will not, come out and say, other than having people go bonkers, flee into the woods to go, rifle crazy to try to get one of these.
Well, if I was to start telling everybody I seen a spotted owl on the job, the boss would tell me, shut the hell up, they'll shut us down.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing.
Yes, that's exactly. Endangered species, if you will. The woods is closed. You're out of it.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
I
Well,
agree with that.
we've got the Air Force has a survival school in this county. I think it's the biggest one they have.
Mhm.
They take and drop off pilots up in the mountains, and then they got to find their way out of there and survive on the land,
Yeah.
And they gotta orienteer their way to some place where they're supposed to get picked up. Well, they put out a pamphlet that shows these guys what the predators in the area are. And guess who's on the picture in the pamphlet? Sasquatch.
Yeah. I think somebody was on here a good while back talking about pamphlets that were printed out with Sasquatch information on them.
Yeah,
From
there's
that
a
area,
couple of
if I'm not
counties.
mistaken.
There's a couple of counties in Washington where they've got a law on the books. If you shoot one and kill it, you're going to be prosecuted.
That's interesting. Jeff might remember. He's stepping back in here now. If he would sit down and listen, I know he's dealing with his
I
son.
thought he went to bed.
Nah, he's dealing with his kid. Jeff, do you remember?
I've been listening.
Jeff, do you remember some time back? Didn't we have somebody on that was talking about pamphlets from the Northwest that was in the military up that way training? And
About
they were
encountering. They were in the field guide.
in the field guide. That's it.
Yeah.
They were actually in the field guide. That's what I was.
There was actual Sasquatch pictures and information.
Yeah,
In their-
They were in the
Army
Army.
military
It was in the
field guide.
Army field manual. That's what it was.
Oh my!
Mhm.
Yeah.
But they don't exist.
And no, I made a chicken nugget run, Greg. Thank you.
You did. You didn't
I'm
bring
trying to
any
stay
over
away
here.
from. I'm trying to stay away from too much ice cream.
He has to.
Oh,
lose
don't be
weight.
talking like that.
So he reversed the fried food. He's got to lose weight. But anyway,
I've reduced
Russell,
my
too.
consumption. But yeah, that was the Army field manual. I'm pretty sure is what it was, and I think you're right, Renee. I think it was Washington. Was it Oregon too?
yes, Robert.
That doesn't want anybody.
Yeah, I think it's both of them.
And
I think
in
it's Oregon and
Florida,
Washington.
Florida's game regulations specifically states way down there in the list of things, no taking of skunk apes.
Right.
Why the hell would they waste their time putting that on the... That doesn't sound like a thing DNR wasted time with.
Well, I've told the story before. One of the camp hosts up here at the state park where some stuff has happened. Jeff, we were out last September with Mark Green and Rebecca. But anyway, she was a camp host down there for a few years in the Ocala, some campgrounds down there, and they have signs. At least when she was there, they had signs posted for them to be aware. And that's a fact. That come right out of her. I can't go down there. I can't tell you I seen it, but that was come right from her mouth, and I don't think she was a BSer. So she was pretty good. She noticed the stickers on the RV and my truck. Actually, my truck, not the RV. And she says, "Oh, the sign. It was the signs of my RV on the side windows." And it brought that conversation up right away about Ocala and stuff. So,
Jerry, when are you going to be down there again? Because I might need to get a camp.
Couple weeks.
When are you going to be there?
Last week of June.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be.
Maybe I'll see if I'm available. We can get something back on the camper again.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully not. I'd like to be left alone. I'm not bothering it. I don't want it to bother me. Well, that was interesting. We don't have any idea. No handprint, no nothing. I don't know.
And it was something hit the side of it. It wasn't something falling.
It wasn't up high. It was down below, down at window level, maybe just a little lower. I think. It wasn't like a stick fell on top.
Enough to the point where Cindy's like, "Hey."
Yeah, she opened the door and say, "You guys hit banging on the RV?" No, we're sitting there watching the fire, you know.
and no one else was awake out there. If they had been, I would have.
Pretty late.
If they had been, I would have caught them.
Yeah, that was pretty late. That was after Mark and Rebecca. Right after Mark and Rebecca left, they probably weren't gone 10 minutes.
After we seen that thing up in the woods with the thermal, the mobile rock.
Well, let me ask you guys a question. Even everybody from the chat. Let me ask a question. Mm-hmm. What does everybody think? This is kind of mainly for Renee, but for everybody, size-wise on the East Coast compared to the West Coast. I mean, because there's a lot more room out there than there is here.
I'd say they're bigger in the Northwest. I mean, I don't know if anybody can really answer that without seeing one in each area.
Yeah.
But if we go by reports, they can be pretty big down south here too, I believe.
Yeah.
Not so much north.
Oh yeah, there's.
I've heard you get in the northeastern region, Maine, up in those areas, they're not as tall, is what I've heard. Just hearsay. But,
well, you know, there's people all over the world that different races, even people that are short.
Sure.
They'll every once in a while they'll come up with somebody just like 7 or 8 foot tall. You know, just some throwback genetics or something.
See, now he's got to bring it up.
Short people. Okay, Patty. Yeah, the Ocala Woods. It's pretty interesting. In that area down there.
Hillary sent the Lower Swanee pick.
Did you see the thing Hillary just sent? A copy of the book? The very
she does have a copy of that. Okay.
The very last sentence, it says, it's under the topic specific hunt regulations. It says hogs, no size or bag limit for hogs, and it talks about the different ways to take an animal and different animals. The very last sentence, there is no taking of swamp or skunk apes.
Yes. I think we've shared that before, Hillary. Yeah, I remember. As a matter of fact, she sent it. That goes way back to our earlier shows. I will go try to retrieve that real quick and bring that up on here. They have changed it now. Okay. That's interesting.
Last summer, the Indian reservation here. We had a fire in the county, and they had a fire camp on the Indian reservation, you know, the Forest Service. And I went up there to see if I could get my skidder up on the fire. and they wouldn't let me in the camp because they didn't have a contract. And so I had to wait at the gate while the big boss went and gave my info to the people in the office. Well, there was 2 guys from Afghanistan doing guard duty. And I asked them, guys, you guys got Bigfoot in Afghanistan? We don't know. Don't know what you're talking about. I said, hey, big, hairy man. Oh, Barmanu. They steal our women and children. We kill them. And I said, that's Bigfoot. That's what we have here. We have those here. You should have seen how big those eyes got on those guys. They're like, oh, crap. They're here too? You could see on their faces, they seen them. You know, they're afraid of them.
Yeah, this is what she said. I want to go ahead and pull this up, and I'll enlarge it so we can see it. I just found out. This is off topic, and I apologize. Did you hear the latest in Delaware at an ER in Delaware? 3 shot and killed. Yeah, this gun shit's got to stop. You know, I mean, they need to start dropping these guys. Period. Sorry, Facebook and YouTube, but got to stop. We just had a school. We had a school riot here in Havre de Grace today. You know, with
no one puts
elementary school riot. Elementary school kids.
No one puts foot to ass anymore. That's the problem.
Yep. That's it. No respect.
Sorry for that. I can get on a rant. I'm getting pretty irate with some of these idiots in this world right now. But anyway, as many are. There was something else I wanted to. Oh, you know, obviously there was a lot of tactical training out there and stuff. Did you notice outside of maybe some flight training and stuff out there, any like what I like to call black choppers and stuff flying around? Of course, I know you're in the woods working and stuff, but I know
I had one in my yard. I had one hovering in my yard.
Okay.
You know, the one they call the little bird, that high performance McDonnell Douglas helicopter they use for special ops and stuff. Well, I had one of them in my yard, and there was all these guys in black tactical gear with no insignia on their uniform, and no numbers or letters or stickers on that bird at all. And they were just hovering above the closest tree to my house and giving me the evil eye for quite a while.
That's
interesting.
I don't know why. What did you do that you think about?
I don't know if they were after me or the Bigfoots, you know, because I've had a lot of stuff going on around here, and I haven't been quiet about it.
Interesting.
Well, I live at the end of a dirt road up on a ridge, and on the other part, down the road a ways up on the ridge, a doctor bought this cabin and started fixing it up for a summer cabin. Well, they didn't have it very long, and they sold it. And his wife told me he saw a Bigfoot on the property.
Okay.
And they made the excuse they had to sell it for money to fix up something for their mother-in-law's house or something, but it scared them off. And down on the flat below me here, this woman told me last year her 2 boys saw a pair of them walking up a skid trail. Because up here, it's nothing but timber for far as you can see. There ain't nothing for 10 miles.
Now I'm going to bring this up here real quick. And thanks, Hillary, for sending that into us here. I'll try to blow that up so you can see it a little better. I don't know how. If it'll start getting too grainy, it might be hard to read. I don't want to make it too large.
Thank you, Miss Hillary, for bringing this item of interest to the show.
So now, supposedly this has since changed. Sorry, Danny. Supposedly this has since changed. I don't know if the wording has changed, if it's not in there any longer. But specific hunt regulations for, if you can't see it, I'll read it real quick. Hogs, no size or bag limit for hogs. Shoot them all. Take hogs during any season except spring, turkey, and waterfowl. In designated archery only areas, see the map. Only bows and crossbows allowed. Coyote may be taken during archery, muzzleloader, general gun, and family hunt seasons. There is no taking of swamp or skunk apes. That's what that red.
Where is this at?
This is Florida.
Oh,
No taking of swamp or skunk apes. You can kill all the hogs you want, but
I'd like to know what the Seminoles have to say about them.
Carrie, I think, didn't Carrie, if I think back far enough, Carrie might have done a show with them, or somebody did. And
I want to know who's trying to hunt a skunk ape with a muzzle loader.
Wasn't Carrie. It was. I think it was finding Bigfoot for what that's worth.
50 caliber. If you're not shooting too far, it'd knock something down.
You got one shot.
Yeah. I don't think you could have enough shots. I think the whole family would come after you if you killed one of them.
So. Go take care of your kid. That's what he gets for giving him a soda late at night.
Yeah. Sugar.
Absolutely. I'll keep them going.
Oh, it was a couple summers ago. I went outside about 8 o'clock at night and I heard these big guys talking. But it sounded like.
That was my next question.
It sounded kind of like Russian a little bit.
Yes.
And I grabbed a flashlight and went back out there, but I couldn't find anybody. I should have grabbed a gun. I was pretty stupid to go out there without a gun.
So you'd say that it was talking like Russian?
Well, it sounded like some Eastern European language. You know, there was nothing else closer to it than what I would think would be, Russian or Hungarian or something. But I've heard plenty of people talking Russian, and it wasn't Russian, but it was kind of like Russian, a little bit.
Yeah.
I couldn't say it was kind of like anything else I ever heard. And I've heard the rock clacking up here.
Uh-huh.
They're whacking rocks together noise, It's like code, Whack, 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 whack. And there'd be different sequences of different numbers of whacks.
Huh.
When I had my daughter's horses up here, she used to have to cut these stinking knots out of the horse's mane all the time.
Okay.
And I've heard that Sasquatches will tend to do that.
That's been kind of recent, Danny. Where'd we hear that? Somebody
said that not too long ago. Something
samurai
about
chatter.
Horse's mane, and then samurai chatter. But like what I heard the other night sounded like chimpanzees. And
I talked to a guy that's heard that over by Lake Chelan. He heard that he got ran out of the woods. He was way up in the mountains over there hunting deer on his own, and some chimpanzee stuff chased him out of the mountains.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'd hang around.
No,
I don't think so.
The other night it sounded like maybe 3, because the way I don't know if it was the way it echoed, the way the sounds were, the way they were projected, but it did sound like 3. But it started out like an owl, but it was a very bad owl.
I've only heard an owl here on my property one time, and it was so far up the mountain above me, it didn't seem like it should have carried that far.
So I'm going to ask you, because I like to ask people who are not researchers, form their very own opinions. And some people don't have an answer when I ask this. And that's, what do you think they are? What do you think they are?
I think they're more than one thing. I think there's 2 groups of them at least. I think there's the ones that are flesh and blood all the time, and I think there's probably some that ain't. That they can shape shift. They can turn into an orb and fly away. They can go through a portal into another dimension. They do all kinds of weird stuff, but I think there's other ones that don't.
Okay.
I think there's
that's a good theory.
well, that covers about everything.
Yeah, I like it. It's and sometimes I forget to ask it, but I like to hear everybody's opinion because I've changed my mind so many times. I just gave up trying to figure out what they are, other than some kind of flesh and blood. But beyond that, man, the universe is wide open on them damn things.
I'm still on that. I'm at that point now where I think that they've been here.
Oh yeah,
for a very long time, way before the natives were even here. And they're some sort of. They've got. I'm not saying that they're supernatural, but they have
right.
abilities that we do not possess.
Well, the natives all say they're supernatural. They all have a name for them, every tribe.
Yep.
And they all say that they're spirit creatures. And they'll tell you that they can shapeshift. They can be a raven or a squirrel.
Ones is what I wonder.
It's interesting.
Certain ones might possess that, but I don't think they all do.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Well, it's just your what do they call those Indian witches that turn into coyote or wolf or something?
Mm-hmm.
Skinwalkers.
Skinwalkers.
Yeah, I think some of them might be skinwalkers. Who knows? But I think there's good ones and bad ones, because you hear about people having, good experiences. Some of them that bring them a gift or save somebody from drowning or, all kinds of stuff.
Just like humans, to me, I believe they have the different temperaments and different
Absolutely.
actions and different ways they present themselves.
How could you not think that?
Yeah.
Well, I had this one guy hired me to run dozer on a logging job over on an Indian reservation to the west. He took me up there and dropped me off, and I built a trail down to where the landing was going to be. He said he'd go get the skidder and come back. And this is like 2.5 hours from my home. He took me up there in the mountains way up there and dropped me off and left me on the Indian reservation way up in the mountains. And I sat there. I hung around till past time when I figured he'd be back, and I just started walking out of there. Well, this Indian guy come driving down the road after a while and picked me up, and he drove me all the way to the boss's shop, which is like 2 hours out of his way. So I got to talk to him for a while, and I asked him, well, you seen any Bigfoots? He goes, no, but he says, I got a friend, drives water truck on logging jobs, and he's seen them. He goes get water and waters the roads before daylight, and he's seen them crossing the road. Now, the Indians, I would trust them before I'd trust anybody else telling me a story like that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's who I want to get my answers from as the natives.
We've had some really good Indian guests. We really have.
And they are very firm when they tell you something. They mean it.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a theory or anything.
No,
it's
not.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, how many thousand years have they been here putting up with this?
Right.
Exactly.
They've had to deal with them.
They were putting up with it long before the Mayflower landed on the.
Oh yeah.
And Ponce de Leon and whoever else,
Well,
Listen
probably before
yeah.
Jesus. I'll bet you the Indians were dealing with Bigfoot before Jesus was born.
Yeah. Yeah, before Columbus and everybody else showed up.
Yeah.
Thousands
of years, I think.
Yeah.
That's when it all went to hell, right?
Well, and I think somebody was saying that they, historical stuff that they said that they were here long before the natives told them that they were here before they were here. So, and why would they draw it on the damn wall of the cave if it never happened?
Right.
They didn't just put shit in there that they didn't just imagine things. That wasn't an imagination. Yeah, it wasn't an imagination.
I pick on Jeff now, by the way.
If they saw something, they drew it. They drew whatever they saw. They didn't just make up something.
Oh yeah, and they all have history.
Yeah.
That's passed down through their generations. I mean, they tell you a story. That's their
Well, they don't have
solid ground.
they don't have the government manipulating their history. It's a true history.
Yeah.
That's correct. Good. That's good. Yep,
If you
good
go
way
in
to
a
put it.
cave and you see a painting, that was not altered by the government.
Nope. Well, you know, I got a call from I got a buddy over in Idaho. He's seen them back in the 60s, back in New York, and he's out here in Idaho. He's had them on his property. He's seen them I don't know how many times, and he gets mind speak from them now and then. Well, last winter he called me up about midnight, and he says they're here. They're here, man.
Was those
And I
pictures
said,
you
well,
sent me, Skidder?
yeah. And I said, well, take your camera and go out on a porch and just take pictures in every direction. And he did, and he come back in. He goes, I didn't see anything, nothing. And then he looked at his pictures, and there was something standing on his porch right in front of him that was like a cloaked being, and it looked like the light was reflecting off its hair, but you could see right through it.
Yeah.
And it was like within arm's reach. And there was no weather at all, no wind, nothing, just perfectly calm, quiet, dark night. And this thing in the camera shows up. Can you bring up that picture, Jeff?
I can send it to Jerry real quick.
Share it. Just share it.
All right.
Just go down below and share it. You'll see it.
Oh, Lord.
You gotta learn how to do this stuff one day.
Okay, which button is that, Jerry?
My screen's different than yours. I couldn't tell you. Should be a way to share down there somewhere.
Hold
share
on,
screen or something.
wait
See,
a minute.
it'll say presenter invite
Wait a minute.
all the way at the end of everybody's square.
Present.
It'd be like a TV screen and then a person. So the
Oh,
person-
yeah, that thing.
You click on that. What you got to do is open that picture in your computer. Did you have it in your laptop?
I don't know.
Send it to me.
Let's see. I can-
Somebody sent me something.
I was completely unprepared with. Oh, Lord. What did I do there? I pressed the wrong button. Let's see. Image file.
What is this, Hillary?
Oh, Lord. I don't even want to know.
No. It's something good, actually.
Actually interesting.
Yeah, see that.
Augie, what?
Yeah, I'll get that in a minute. Just send that over to me, Jeff. I'm
All right. You're going to have to tutor me on how to use this damn thing because
I will.
we're
It's
going
getting
to have an afternoon where Jerry and I have a tutorial on how to use
That'll last 5 minutes. If anybody's got some questions for Renee, please all caps. I'm gonna show these
Hold
couple
on,
photos
Augie.
and then we'll share your questions real quick.
We're doing something important
Too
here.
late tonight. That's good to hear, Blackie. Still send prayers to Blackie, father-in-law. But that's good. I'm glad to hear he's doing good. All right, I'm gonna go.
Renee, did you fix? While I'm looking for this, did you fix your road dragger that your neighbor bent?
Oh, I didn't work on it much today. He ran it over with a backhoe. He would dug a big pond, and he was using it to smooth up all the dirt, flinging it around on the end of a chain. And he got down over the edge with no brakes and got stuck. And I went to try to pull him out with my skidder. The chain broke. He ran over my drag and destroyed it. I mean, it was a mess.
Ow.
It was broke apart and twisted.
And you're one of those guys that likes to take you drive a skidder anywhere.
Oh yeah, I go places where guys don't even want to go on a dozer. I've been running them since '77.
All right, I'm going back in my. Good Lord, you sent me a lot of stuff. Let's see. Isolate. I know I'm like a damn hillbilly. trying to figure this out.
Hey,
What?
don't pick on the hillbillies. Danny's liable to jump through the screen at you.
Okay.
If you see those elk jaw pictures, show that to them.
Oh yeah.
I had last winter. I had the elk jaws laid in my driveway. It was the bottom jaw, and it was broken half, and the tip of the jaw was pointed one way, and the other half of the jaw was pointed the other way, and it was like a semicircle. It was a weird deal, but something put that there. It didn't just get there by itself.
The
This is some important wildlife of Washington: reptiles, amphibians, and looky there, who's got his own column? Sasquatch. Can you believe that? Look at that. I want to scroll down through. I can't. That writing's really small, even original. If I blow it up, you won't be able to read it anyway. But there it is. So this is Army Corps of Engineers old literature, and there it is. Sasquatch has his own column. Is her. So either she's gotten really good with AI, or this is the real deal. On page 53. Kidding, Hillary.
Thank you, Hillary.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
That's quite.
Thank you for finding that. There you go.
And that's also stuff that something like that would eat.
All right. Send
Salamanders.
Okay. I'll go get it here in just a second. Very interesting.
Yay.
I don't know why Tony Green's picture's still up there. I thought I changed that. Did you guys get me sidetracked earlier?
I saw that earlier. I'm like, why is Tony Green still on here from last week?
Was Tony last week?
Yeah, Tony was last week.
Yeah.
I'd like to apologize for last week, guys. I was getting ready for my excursion, so.
And you ended up on the phone with Les, didn't you?
And ended up on the phone with Les and trying to get things figured out, and then I don't think I got to bed till like 11 o'clock.
I was up last night until 2 a.m. assembling porch furniture and trying to get rid of the fox.
A fox?
I got foxes taking chickens.
Where are they taking them?
They're taking them out of my yard is where they're taking them out.
On a date?
Now to their
bellies. Bellies.
Yeah, to their den, never to be seen from again. They got all my ducks too. I'm
really?
I'm down to
How
like
many did you
10.
send, Jeff?
I sent 4.
Yeah, that's kind of wild right there.
I lost like 12 ducks in the past month. I lost a bunch before that, and then my chickens started disappearing. I got a bunch of newborn little guys, but they're not laying yet. I've only got like 10 laying hens right now.
I'd be having me some fox tacos.
What kind of fence you got around them?
They're just free range and up around my yard. I got an electric fence, the cattle fence, but they're climbing under that. Jerry, did you see my fancy new creek fence?
Yeah, I seen that fancy new fence. Boy, they really took some pasture away there, didn't they?
Not much.
I figured it would be
try to get it as close to the ditch as they could.
Yeah.
It only took a little sliver off of this side. Now someone else has to mow the other side. I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
they can have that swamp. You've never experienced hell until you've had to pull a tractor out of that thing.
Yeah.
Even when it's dry, you can get in there, but I wouldn't test your luck because you will end up needing a piece of heavy machinery to remove whatever apparatus you take into that thing.
No, I see.
Can't tell you how many times Pop used to sink that damn tractor in there.
Yeah, when you get a piece of equipment stuck, you don't really know what you're getting into till you start.
No. And then you get the other piece of equipment stuck trying to get the stuck piece of equipment out. That's always
fun. Oh, God, yeah.
Where'd he go? There he is.
Robbie, I wouldn't be leaving him in a live trap. He'd be getting caught with something else.
Hang him up on the wall there behind you.
I could put a new edition up. I've got
At least his tail.
I got 2 bears in here too, and I got one hanging in another room.
You got bears?
I got bears.
He's got
Oh
bears.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got grizzly bears in this county, but they're way up by the border.
I've seen 2 black bears on my trek last week in the
I
middle
tell
of the
you,
road, dead.
We're getting more here, Jerry. Somebody.
I saw it.
Where was that? It was in the city, wasn't it?
I can't remember off the top of my head now where it was at. But not too far away.
It was some black woman sounded like she was somewhere down in Baltimore City talking to the thing.
There's the link to that. We just shared that photo. That vault photo.
They're wanting to transplant grizzlies into California now.
Oh boy. Yeah,
I have to take them down to LA.
The hippies will be fine with that until they start getting chewed on. Then they'll change their mind.
No, I think it'll be too late at that point.
I always love.
You've heard of that Timothy Treadwell, haven't you?
Oh, Paul said he saw a lynx in Colombia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's thermal.
Really?
Damn.
That's cool.
Colombia is not a place I would think of seeing a lynx.
Yeah, I'll have your pictures up here in just a second, Jeff. I'm trying to keep track of that and make sure I'm not missing any questions here.
I saw it. We were sitting there at the campfire the other night, and something flew over our camp, probably about 15 feet. We couldn't figure out what it was. It had a wingspan of about
Good deal,
5 feet.
Ooh.
I had a shadow go over the highway. I was going down the highway last summer, and a shadow went over the back of my pickup across the road that looked like it had to have been 20-foot wingspan. I didn't see the thing, but I saw the shadow.
Huh.
Thunderbird.
There we go. Okay. We're just about ready here finally. Okay.
I was logging in there.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
there's the elk jaws.
Okay, yep. Okay, I'll let you talk about that.
That's elk jaw that's been broken half and positioned like it is, just out of the blue, with no dog teeth marks on it or anything. I think it was February. I just showed up out of the blue by my pickup where I wouldn't miss it.
Huh.
That's not right. That shouldn't just walk up on your property and deposit itself like that.
Maybe that's the way the elk died.
Well, I've never seen an elk around here.
Yeah, and jawbones
Miles away, not here.
Yeah, look at the green.
Yeah, they've been dead a long time.
You can
Yeah.
tell
Been
that's
dead
been
a long
for
time.
a while.
They brought you a gift.
Yeah, I think it was, we're back. I think they were just letting me know they're back at the end of
There
winter.
it is. Now we got the right picture. Let's see. We got some interesting. Start there. Start there. Oops.
Yeah, that was like right in the guy's face when he took the picture, and there was nothing there. He didn't see it at all. He thinks it was bent over, and it was going to duck underneath the roof and leave the porch. That's inside the porch.
No kidding.
Yeah, he got the big time heebie-jeebies, and he said, "They are here. They're outside. I can feel them." I said, "Take a picture of them, man."
That looks like hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you can see right through it. I sent him several pictures of that hair.
Oh wow.
There was no weather at all. It was just calm and quiet.
That's interesting. That looks like snowfall, but I see what you're saying now. Okay.
Nothing there was happening. It was just quiet night, no weather. That's inside the porch. That's not outside. That's inside under the roof.
Oh, okay. I got you now.
He's got like a 10-foot square roof.
Yeah. Wow.
But his eyes didn't see it.
Huh.
I think there was more than one of them.
Here. See here?
It's going up.
Yeah, it's going up like this here, and then you can see it kind of curl down here this way.
Yeah, that's not weather.
And then right above it, everything's pointed down, right in there.
Yes.
Well, look, what are those long-looking things? What do you think that is?
It's the Glimmer Man.
Throwing Vienna sausage?
Whatever it was right in his face when he took the pictures.
Isn't that something?
He said he didn't see a thing.
That's very, very interesting.
You see this
Renee,
area right here?
I got one I got to send you when I find it. Jerry knows which one I'm talking about.
We have hundreds of photos, Chef. I don't know.
The cloaking from the.
Oh, well,
behind the-
you can. You can share that. That's going to be the last one for the night, though.
No,
This actually could be an eyeball area, because this kind of shows like a glimmer here, not a glare, not a glimmer. See, like highlight spots here. You see what I'm saying, Danny? Or
Yeah.
might
Right
just
in
be me. I don't know.
Isn't that
Right here, it's a circle.
like where that indentation is for the brick?
Yeah, right here. Just can you see my cursor?
Yeah.
That's log. That's a log cabin.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's a
it's
log cabin.
Yeah, it's log cabins. Yeah.
Oh, okay. My glasses are dirty and I can't see very good.
That's what I see. If I were to
Yeah.
guess at what that might be right there.
Well, there was nothing there, but the camera saw something.
Yeah.
Whatever it
Cameras
was.
do that.
He's been dealing with them Bigfoots for years.
Very cool.
Jerry, well,
Yes.
at some point we'll have to show these, but Tammy sent me some very interesting
Okay.
horse mane braiding.
Send me the best picture you have real quick.
Oh, okay. Well,
I sent Jeff a picture. I sent him a picture of two Bigfoots that a firefighter took on a fire right here in this neighboring county.
Are you sure
Caught
you
him.
did? Because I don't remember seeing them.
Well, I could send it to you again, but I'd have to leave this page.
Well, let's see.
Broad daylight. It looked like a mother and a child got caught. Firefighter took a picture of them.
Jerry, it's coming at you. And one of the best ones I could see. That is interesting. I was just going over the ones she sent me. That is, that's kind of looked like something.
Better not send those other ones you sent before that, huh? I won't share them.
Well, from when I was Mike Honcho.
Okay, let me get this downloaded real quick. Excuse me.
How many groundhogs did you find? Was that groundhogs?
Oh, I got 2 today.
2?
Okay. Yeah, this is interesting. Huh.
Greg saying bacon pics.
Bacon.
Bacon, bacon, bacon. Bacon.
Very cool. Okay.
To me, it almost looks like something wrapping their hand and
Yeah. Just kind of pretty neat stuff. Let me
Oh,
play this up here
wow.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see the braids here.
Yeah.
Look at this, all up through here.
Well, okay.
Oh yeah, she said the last time they actually put pieces of yarn in the braid.
Yeah, I've got pictures of braids like that.
Okay.
And it's so tight you cannot undo it. You have to cut it out.
I've heard
Here's
stories.
here's what makes interest me is the horses aren't spooked by them.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We've had
Yeah.
people on the show that's had their horses and cattle have been spooked, and then you have this.
Well, how many times have you heard of people being frozen in their tracks and they can't take a step?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's
And I hear about, mares getting bred by Bigfoots.
Uh-huh.
You never heard that?
I've heard it.
Don't tell me we're going to have Horseman next.
Minotaur.
Oh, don't laugh. They might be out there.
Yeah, you're right. Who
If
knows?
I see a Minotaur, I will be the first person to tell everybody. Don't worry.
It's just a horse running across the field, Jeff.
with long
A
hair.
lot of these mythical creatures are actually real, I think.
A horse with
Yeah.
long hair.
Well, I still, we talk about the pterodactyls and seeing the thunderbirds. I still believe those things are still around.
Oh, yeah, the Navajos just swear up and down they see them.
This back here, this is pretty interesting.
That is very, yes.
This right
Yeah,
here.
that's wild.
I think she actually sent me one with the yarn in it. Ooh.
Yeah, the wind didn't do that.
No. And it couldn't have done it with hooves.
Yeah, my daughter's horse had the same thing. She have to just cut out a bunch of hair all the time. Every so often, she'd have to cut out a bunch of chunk of the mane. And I had something come here and was snorting at the horses one night really loud. It sounded like a moose or an elk size, critter, whatever it was. It never came out of the bushes, but it was snorting loud. And the horse was snorting back to it.
Hmm.
Very interesting. Jerry, I sent you a picture of the yard
Yeah, I know. Hold on.
wrapped in it. I'm looking at these braids, and that is crazy.
That's wild. Yeah, like
Here's
what
that.
she's talking about the horse. I mean,
Tammy, did you say there's another horse? Oh, I didn't see that. I only see one horse, Tammy. And it's not gray. It's brown and white. That's I mean, people could say, "Oh, it got tangled up in something." That doesn't look like
how could it
hair
got
getting
tangled up?
tangled up and Oh, I didn't see the gray horse, Tammy.
Okay, let me get that for you.
Oh yeah, I sent you. I did. This is the gray horse, Tammy. It's got the yarn in it.
Yep, it's coming up right now.
Uh-oh, we lost the skidder.
Did we lose him again?
I swear that West Coast damn internet. Oh Lord, what did Hillary send me? Oh boy, Hillary, Hillary, you got Hillary.
Oh, did we lose Renee?
I can't stop laughing at Hillary.
All right, sure.
Oh
Hillary,
my
you gotta stop
God.
doing that. Did you see it, Jerry?
No, I'm busy.
Oh, Lord.
I'm trying
Yeah,
to get this picture up.
Danny must have just seen it.
I like the cow looking in the window and
there's three cows looking at three different windows.
Okay. What do we got here?
oh wow, that is cool.
Whoops. What's up here? Yeah. Yep. See the braiding going on here. And then we got fabric of some sort.
Yeah, it looks like a pink piece of fuzz, or it would have to have like a piece of cloth or a piece of yarn or a piece
Yeah.
of string or something to do that.
Yeah. Something.
I sent you the picture of those
Okay.
two Bigfoots that were
Is that
seen
what
on the fire.
Is that what you just sent me?
Yeah, there's two Bigfoots. Were caught in broad daylight on the fire line.
Interesting. Oh,
Boondock, can you send it through Messenger real quick? I have a hard time getting in a Gmail account sometimes. If you can. If not, I'll put my other email in the chat here. I'm going to cut it off after that one. No more photos tonight, please.
I just
Yeah, I'm going to pull.
just
Send me what he sent you real quick. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty neat there.
Tammy said she couldn't find anything similar around the yard that could have tangled up in that.
Okay. Well, that's interesting.
And that's in Texas, right, Tammy? I'm pretty sure she's in Texas.
That's a pretty busy room you're in there, Jeffrey.
I know. I was looking at that.
Tonka Toys.
There's a lot going on.
I run on Milk and Bigfoot.
There's a lot going on in that room.
Yes, Hillary, I'll share it.
I like the cows. I like the cows. And then the duck, and then the raccoon.
Next time we do a Beards and Boogers, we'll have to post all the ones that Hillary has made us.
Oh, I'm going to show that one here in a minute.
Especially me riding the feral moose.
Was that last week, you said?
That was last week. Yeah, it was the feral. I think it was last week. It was the feral moose. There's a gigantic hole in the wall like the Kool-Aid man.
Let's see.
I don't see that one.
Me riding a moose. I'll just send it if you don't see it.
I didn't see it. I can't see it. I got you says I believe, and then two things tonight. I believe that when
Skidder's here. Tanya, Skidder is in Washington State, northeastern Washington. Okay.
Hey, Tanya.
Hey, Skid.
Yeah.
Hey, how many sightings do you think you've had?
3 for sure.
Uh-huh.
And one hit my car, the one that was in the yard going through the trash, and that one up by the border that was staring me down.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's the ones that was on the fire. Zoom in on that.
That's crazy.
What is going
Folks,
on?
I don't believe that's going to be a fellow on stilts.
What is that other one? I can't figure out what the other one's going on.
It looks like a little one bent over. Mama and child, maybe.
What's on its shoulder?
It's right here.
Who knows?
I can't get too much larger than that because it really distorts. That's a 225% there.
That's not a human.
No way.
This thing has no neck.
And not really broad unless it's just the angle of the photo.
Well, it's twisted around. The whole body's twisted around. Looking back, it looks like.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yep. I think it's the angle. Yeah.
Could that be a female?
I'm guessing it's a female and a child.
Yeah.
Because of the boobage?
Yeah,
I
seeing
see
some
breast
boobage there.
Yep. Here, I'm a little lost.
Yeah, I don't know I'm trying to figure out what's going on there. They can definitely see what's going on in that with the
Yeah.
big one. I don't
And
know what's going on over there.
the length of
Well,
this
that little
arm,
one's got legs, but
And you can see if you look at the left arm, you can see how it's kind of tucked behind, like it's kind
yes,
of
yep.
deciding if it's going to do something.
With the length of this arm here, you come all the way down here to the tips of the fingers, and let's just make an imaginary swing here down at the knee level. It's pretty interesting. Arm's definitely long enough to match
it's
all the
definitely weird.
reports.
Yeah, that does look like a sign on a tree or a post.
Yes, it does. I was going to say a sign, but no. That's crazy. Where was this at, Renee?
It's just a fire that happened just across the county line. I worked on that fire.
Okay.
So that was in Washington State.
Yes, Spokane County.
Is this your photo that you shot, or somebody else?
No, it's somebody that was on the fire. One of the
Okay.
firefighters took the picture.
That
They
is
posted it
crazy.
on Facebook. I wish it was a video. Boy, if that was a video, that'd be worth something.
Kenny, it kind of does look like it might be
Nope.
pregnant.
Come back here. Picture was taken near Deer Park, Washington, running from a forest fire. What are your thoughts? Now, I can only
Actually-
imagine what some of the comments were.
Well, the fire camp was in Deer Park, but the fire wasn't near Deer Park. The fire was up in the mountains above Elk, Washington.
Okay. Cool
I
stuff.
could show you pictures of the fire I took right out my window.
That's
I
interesting.
had a cougar in the brush with me on that job.
Oh my
I was hiking a trail so the cat could make a fire line, and a cougar ran out in front of me and across the road, and the neighbor saw it. So I carry a gun when I'm in the bush on foot now.
Well, with the kind of
Now this
stuff
next
calling
photo
out.
is pretty. Sorry, Jeff. This next photo is pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Who sent that? Let's see. Uh-oh. Where'd he go?
That Oregon internet.
This is interesting.
Hey, Jeff, I got the feral moose.
You found the feral moose.
Yeah, Hillary sent it to me.
You did.
Dang, that's a good picture.
That's funny. Need to have a maid come by there, Jeff.
And you know what? If Jeff stood up, that kid would still be taller than him.
Thank God there's not that much stuff in here.
That's cool.
Look who's outside.
That looks similar to the one
Yeah.
basket my kid has that's full of toys, though.
She left out the foxes, though. I don't see any foxes.
I got geese in my house. I got a raccoon.
You got 2 raccoons.
Yeah,
One's
There's the
a-
beagle.
I got at least 1 raccoon there. 2 raccoons. There's 2 geese. Cows looking in the window.
That's hilarious.
That is.
Only Hillary.
No podcast.
Good stuff.
Oh Lord, Hillary.
I think that one squatch is supposed to be me because its hat's on backwards.
They need to make one look like Jerry with the hair and the beard.
Yeah, that is a good photo, Boondock. Yeah, that
I still have
surprised that it
I
hasn't
think-
gone viral.
I think me and the bacon underwear on the zip line is probably still the.
Lord help us.
That one is probably
Oh.
still the best one. I'm just wondering who decided to put flip flops on me because I do not wear flip flops. I haven't worn a pair of flip flops.
I'd
Probably,
break my neck in a pair of them.
I can't walk in them.
Nope.
The last time I wore a pair might have been like high school or my early 20s, and that was the last pair I wore, and they're probably still somewhere on the side of Coastal Highway in Ocean City.
Don, you would be surprised how quick you can get a photo like that done. You may have to do a little updating here and there to a little editing, but AI is amazing.
Misanthropic, I do not drink 2% milk.
No.
Dairy farmers drink whole milk. We don't drink 2%.
Yep. Looks like that. Whoa. Contact number to old line cryptids. Hold on a second. Let me private message you. You guys chat upon it. I got one more photo coming, and I'm done. That's it. No more photos because it's getting late. Okay.
Misanthropic passed a dogman on a bicycle within 8 feet. Holy crap. On a bicycle?
How do I? Send pic to the contact number. The old line crypt. Yeah, go ahead and try it. See if it comes through my cell phone. Boondock. I don't remember what number's on there. I'm surprised there's even that's supposed to be a number on there. I guess it ended up on there after all. It might be Jeff's, so it's probably mine.
I don't care if anybody calls me. I've already got
No. I don't like having it out all over Facebook.
I already got all those a-hole telemarketers that call me 20 times a day. And every time I block the number, somehow, 5 minutes later, I'm getting a call from a different state.
So, Renee, while we're waiting on that photo to come through, I guess we know you retired from full-time logging, and I believe I heard you bought a machine or whatever. So you're still out toying around. So possibility.
Well, I do a little contract. I do a little contract skidding, or put driveways in now and then.
Okay. So
mainly, I push my snow. I live way up on this hill, and I got to plow my own snow.
That's a big
job. It's a county road, but there's a half a mile of it they don't plow. They don't do anything. Even we had a special needs child here that needed the short bus. They wouldn't plow for that.
Wow.
We got to maintain the road ourselves.
Yep, I lived at a place like that. Not up on a mountain.
It's a county road. They won't touch it.
Well, this road is private that I lived on, so that's why we have plow. Okay. I have a feeling that it's not going to work. Okay. Everybody's ready for a nap.
Yes.
I still got to go out and check for creatures again.
Yeah.
Critters.
You still got get your chickens penned up. Keep them penned up.
I haven't let them out in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Not since I had a fox come across pasture broad daylight. He wouldn't even slow down for me to crack at him.
Private chat. There we go. Gosh. Sometimes I'm blind as a bat.
Robbie, for once, hell, Greg was impressed. I texted him last night. He's like, "You're awake?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, but we're starting to show photos, so. My goodness, what a name.
What do you take care of the foxes with?
Well, I've
Traps or
a variety of things. Traps. Foxes, as far as the traps go, I'm not that great at catching them with those leg holds.
uh-huh.
I try to get them in a box trap, but usually there's a pew pew involved.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been trying to call them, and
We got to use that wounded rabbit call or something like that.
yeah, well, we've been doing that the last week or so, and we got the ones that I don't think were doing the most of the predation, but the ones that are extremely not interested in coming to that, probably because they've been getting all this free chicken, is probably why they haven't been very interested in that.
They'll be back.
Kenny, I wish I could just have a pet fox and not have to worry about it eating stuff, but yeah, that's not happening.
Hey, Wyatt. Good to see you, buddy.
Hey, Wyatt. What's up, Bubba?
Boondock, did you get my private message? Here.
Yeah, I met Boondock through E.D. Testerman.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to him. He disappeared.
What do you got coming up or going on, Jerry?
What's that?
What do you got coming up or going on?
Oh, we got a show tomorrow night from this past weekend. And then this weekend's up in the air. I'm not sure where we're going.
Inside or outside?
Oh, to be outside.
Outside. Jeff, you got anything going on?
Just working and trying to keep the animals in check.
Renee, you got anything going on coming up?
I got a bunch of big cottonwoods I got to cut up and finish fixing my drag and trying to build a tank so I can fight fire with a big 400 gallons of water and a hose reel.
Ooh.
Make some money in the summer.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, I might try to come down and see Jerry while if he's in the camper down by the river.
That's a couple of weeks off.
You never know, Jerry. I might be able to get there.
You show up right when it's time to go to bed.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, here we go.
I'll stay up half the night.
Okay,
if you hear me screaming, coming from my tent, I don't know if you'll hear any screaming. You might hear some sort of loud noises.
Hillary, is that a Yoda? What is that?
Yoda.
Yeah, look at that. She posted a picture of something, and I can't tell what the symbol is. Like I said, my glasses are there. It looks like a Yoda.
Hillary's got
with a key ring.
It's not
On
coming
her
through.
hands than she needs to have.
I don't know what number he's got. I didn't get anything.
I didn't know Jerry's number was listed.
I don't know whose number. I don't know. I don't remember putting it there.
Oh, Lord.
Just send it to that number.
I keep forgetting Jerry's got a 443 number. That's a thing up here, people. For most of you that don't live in this area.
There's a couple different area codes.
Yeah, for West Virginia, we've got 3041.
Yeah, one, because there's less people there.
I've got to the point now where I get so much, spam calling that
I take that back. 681 and 304.
unless somebody leaves me a message anymore, I usually don't answer it because I've gotten so it's at least 10 phone calls a day now, telemarketers.
Yeah, nothing's coming through, so I don't
And-
know what number.
And it always sounds like some Indian guy that's standing in some coffee shop somewhere with like 30 people in the background. So I just don't answer it anymore. Now, if I'm in a mood, I will answer.
I can't understand half those people, even if it's a business that's legit.
Is this Jeff? But it just doesn't sound like that. It sounds like I don't know, Han Sing or somebody from somewhere.
I don't have a picture, so I don't.
Hmm.
It's time for the national anthem.
Yeah,
National anthem.
yeah. We're past 2 hours here. I'm not going to be on this one. I don't want to keep him hanging on. So
He's several hours behind us. He's
3 hours behind us.
It's probably not
That's
dark
not that
yet.
late there. That's 7. No, it's probably not.
It's light out still there.
It's only 7 o'clock
Yeah.
there.
The sun's shining. Sun is shining.
Renee,
Not
do you
here.
ever get like moose and stuff up in the yard?
Oh, I walked out the door one day and I walked around the corner of my motorhome. My dog was laying there on the ground. I talked to him. I said, "Hey, dog, what you doing?" And I almost ran right into a moose.
Wow.
I mean, it was inches.
Wow.
Oh,
About crap my pants.
We almost every time I go to Maine bear hunting, we have some sort of moose encounter. And I think the last time we were there, we were following one up the driveway. Oh, there's
We did,
Dan Hamilton. Hey, Dan.
did you know that moose kill way more people than bears do?
Yes.
Yeah, they do. I was helping track down a dog one time. We were on a hunt up there, and I walked into an old unused. I think they might have four-wheeled up in there, but it wasn't in not everybody was using it, and there was a wallow there. And I walked into this clear and I looked down and I saw all the moose tracks in this wallow, and I said, I should not be standing in the middle of this son of a bitch. That's what I said. And I backed out of there. I'm like, it's so thick. If one of them come at me from the side, I'd be done. There was nothing I could do about it.
Well, they cover ground pretty fast. You'd have a hard time outrunning one.
I got the picture. I'll be right back.
They're crazy. I took a selfie with one, but I was standing.
How big is
Just
a
say,
moose
guys,
track?
talk.
How big is a moose track? I've seen moose in zoos and stuff, but
Well, you spread your fingers as wide as you can go. That's about it.
Pretty much.
I have their tracks up and down my driveway every year. Sometimes I see them here in the winter. There's brush on this ridge that sticks up through the snow, and they really like that stuff because it doesn't get mashed down by the snow so bad.
Facebook. It didn't post, did it? There it is. I got it downloaded here. That is interesting. Do I have it in here?
Yeah, I've taken pictures with them, but I was standing on the other side of the pickup next to the door when I did it. I just turned around. I turned around and put the phone up like this. And then I got back in the truck. But we chased one last time, and we backed off from it because it kept going up the trail towards where our guide was with another hunter, a friend of mine that was with us, and I was with the assistant guide on the side by side, and we backed off, and that moose went around the truck and went right through the bait station where Bob was checking his cameras. He's bent over like this, looking at the camera, and he hears all this ruckus and turns around. Here comes a moose plowing through the bait station, knocked a 55-gallon drum over. They just put all we were getting ready to refill with all of the sweet feed for the bears. Damn thing. Oh Lord, this thing.
Okay.
Oh, moose are big and solid. They'll wreck a log truck.
I've seen a trophy bull before there. It's crazy. What is that?
What we got here, Jeffrey? Danny?
I don't
That
know.
looks like a mushroom cloud.
That's a thunderstorm.
What is that, Corey?
Thunderstorm.
I don't know.
What
Who
the heck?
got- Oh, for shit's sake.
Looks like something stepping out from behind it.
Right here.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Something.
Maybe it's a
maybe
portal.
two.
Maybe it's a portal. Somebody's coming through.
Yeah.
That looks awful big.
Okay, that's a storm cloud over Comanche, Oklahoma. Those are the thunder beings. Thunder beings. Okay. Thunder beings right here.
Sorry, everyone. I don't know what just happened there with these damn things. Oh, Lord.
They probably smell the fox.
Yeah.
That's a wild looking picture.
Yeah, this Jeff, this is a storm cloud over Comanche, Oklahoma.
I was just reading that.
Those are the thunder beings. Okay.
That is interesting looking.
Yeah.
Hillary, those are my dogs.
A bit larger here.
And me
Bring her in
cussing.
just a little tighter. That is cool. That is different.
The beagle was leading that charge.
Okay.
And of course, he
Nice for that photo, Corey.
Who sent you that?
Corey.
Corey?
On here's
Boondock.
Boondock Mojo.
Yeah.
Corey Cole. That's cool.
That
That's a
is
cool
very
picture.
interesting.
That is
Oh,
a very
definitely
cool
something there. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely something right there. You got a being down in here, it looks like.
That one looks like Ted the bear.
Over here.
Yeah, that looks like Ted the bear.
Thunder beings. And those thunder beings are going to be of Indian tail, I guess. Okay. Very cool. Thanks again, Corey. You get your dogs calmed down, Jeffrey?
Yeah, I'm dog sitting. I have this guy here.
Yeah.
This is Moose.
Moose heard his name. That's what it was.
Bigfoot in the sky with diamonds.
It's good.
Yep.
In the sky with
Very cool.
diamonds.
Moose is a miniature golden doodle.
Bigfoot in the sky.
Okay.
At the beach.
We're getting in 2 hours and 10 minutes, guys. I got to get up kind of early in the morning, so
And I gotta go investigate noises and crap.
Renee, man,
Yeah.
cool stuff from out there in the Northwest. Cool stuff.
And Renee's probably got more we could talk about at some point.
Sure.
Yeah, I got a UFO story for you too.
Now he tells us.
Oh,
I seen a triangle big as a Walmart drift right over me.
Well, all right, you got our curiosity spark, so let's hear about it real quick.
All right. Well,
Might as
we were logging
Don't
in the Nevada mountains of California,
Okay.
We were like an hour and a half from home, so we're staying in this trailer park, and the cat Skinner and I, we went up on top of this hill in this little dinky town, and we were drinking a beer and looking at the lights, and I get out to take a leak, and this thing went over us that blacked out the sky. It just made my hair stand up, just like I knew there was something around. And I looked up, and the stars were all blacked out, and there was this triangle that it was big as a Walmart, easy. And it had a light in each corner that was like dim, a pale white light in each corner, no noise at all, and it probably wasn't going any faster than you could walk. And the guy that was with me, I said, Bill, get out of here. Look at this. Look at this. He got out there and looked at it, and we were like, oh, crap, let's get out of here. And that was in 1978. And I talked to him 2 years ago, and he says, that never happened. What are you talking about? Like, how could you forget that?
Yeah. I think he's telling himself it never happened.
I think he took too many drugs or something. Something happened to his brain, because how could you forget something that big right over your head?
Well, if he's the one that said, let's get out of here.
Yeah, that was the craziest thing I've ever seen. That thing was huge. And I'll bet you it could be at Area 51 in 3 seconds from where it was.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
I think it was government.
I'm sure our government dabbles in we know they dabble in a lot of stuff we call outer space beings. So,
well, I think when this year alien disclosure comes out, they're going to show us what they have.
Yeah. Yep. And where do we go from there? Right?
Man, I think it's going to be a crazy year, man.
Could be.
It's sure looking that way.
A lot of stuff is, a lot of stuff's coming out. So,
Yep.
makes you wonder how much longer things can be hidden or kept quiet or whatever.
Yeah. Exactly.
Too much technology now.
Yeah.
Well, I think they know they can't keep this crap all covered up forever, so they got to play it somehow.
Yeah, I'm sure they're scrambling.
Manipulate it to their advantage.
Okay. All right, Jeff, wake up. Don't fall asleep now.
I am.
All right. Okay. We appreciate you coming on, and by all means, if you think of something else or come up with other stuff or come across other stuff out there, we definitely want to hear about it.
Oh yeah, I keep in touch with Jerry. Jerry.
Jeff. Big difference.
Jeff.
I'm a little more gray, a little bit older.
Yeah.
A little taller.
Whole lot taller.
Thanks.
Whole lot taller, Jeff. How you doing?
He's waiting for that. Down
He's
there.
what, 5'5", 5'6" on a good day?
Yeah, it depends on what I'm wearing.
Yeah. I'm about 6'2".
Yeah, you can still shoot just as far.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Groundhogs found out about that today.
Calm down, Jeffrey. All right, folks, appreciate everybody being in here. We're getting in 2 hours and 15 minutes, so my phone's already going off. No more photos tonight. But anyway.
Well, thanks, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate you coming on.
Thanks, Skid.
Skid. Yep, Skid. That's what I call him. I see him. Skid.
Hey, Skid. What up? What up?
Yeah, man.
Thank you very much for coming on the show tonight.
Oh.
Who we got next week,
Oh,
Jeffrey?
good.
I don't know.
We off next week?
I don't know what we're doing.
We'll see.
I got to see what
We might be here. We might take a week off again. We'll see. Thanks, Don. We appreciate you being here. Appreciate everybody being here. Big love and chat, man. I didn't even
people. Thank
have
you.
time to see the
I'm
numbers,
bouncing
but
around,
pretty good.
dog. Good Lord.
Yeah. So, okay, well, just keep an eye on social media. We'll let you all know if we're having a show. I'm sure we will. We'll find somebody. If not, we'll take a week off. We're getting close to that triple-digit show, man. So,
I know.
oh, thank you. He sent me some information on it.
Coonbow's always good.
Yeah, Coonbow. We hope to get him one here. So that's our goal.
Well, if you can't get Coonbow, Greg is the next best thing.
Oh, we probably have a little square up there, safe reserved
there
for
will
house.
probably be a
regardless.
Greg sighting on that 100th
Oh,
episode.
he'll be here. He'll be here.
Night,
I have a
Hillary.
couple other people in mind too, so it's going to be a long night. I warn everybody, get plenty of sleep when you see that show 100 link.
I am
Awesome
going to
night.
have so much caffeine coursing through my body for that episode.
Don't worry, I'll have my finger on the mute button.
I might need a life flight afterwards.
You'll be all right.
That Greg could tell a story. I'll tell you. I talked to him on the phone one time. It took me 3 hours to hang up.
Exactly.
Look at Hillary's comment. Glad y'all got to see me. That's just crazy. You are
You'll
crazy.
have to get her on.
In fact, Greg was telling me the other day when I was on the phone with him that he talked to you for 3 hours.
We need it. We need it. There's a lot of stuff just today alone here within a half hour and an hour from here.
And then we've got
two major shootings.
We'll talk about Delaware. I didn't know about Delaware, but what
Yeah,
about the idiots on the e-bikes riding everywhere?
The what?
People riding those stupid electric bikes and getting killed on them because they're not supposed to be riding them on the highway.
Yeah, they're more for camping and stuff, I thought. So
Yeah, but well, people have
that
been
was the
driving
original
on the
idea.
road and these electric motorcycle things, I don't know, people getting killed on them. They're not licensed. They're not supposed to be driving on the road, but they're riding them around like a.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know.
I was following a crack on a moped the other day. I thought that was going to be an ordeal. Coming out of leaving Forest Hill Lanes, followed him up through Forest Hill.
And you go around it.
Hair blowing in the wind. I thought he was going to get taken out by a couple of no
helmet. Dangerous area.
No helmets.
Dangerous
No,
area.
you know.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Your head is harder than the ground.
Yeah.
Or no, it's not harder than the ground.
It's not harder than the ground.
No, the ground is harder than your head. That's what I was trying
there
to
you go.
There we go.
Yep. All right, folks. Hopefully we'll see you next Tuesday at 8 p.m. If not, it'll be the following week. So appreciate everybody being here. Renee, once again, thank you. And we'll see you in the chat somewhere.
Thank you, Renee. So. Later, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Have a good one.
All right.
Night,
you
night
too.
everybody.
Thank you. Okay. I'm getting switched over here. Here we go.
Look, man,
I'm never ready. See ya.